You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news tonight, police continue to search for a man wanted in connection to the murder of a teenager in Northport. The fatal shooting happened at a home back in January. ABC7's Rick Adams tells us what authorities are now doing to help capture those responsible. Good evening, Rick.
Yeah, Jacqueline, the search continues for a suspect. Reward money is now being offered. This is the mugshot of the man who Northport police believe is connected in the death of a 19-year-old. 22-year-old Tyreek Bell is wanted for the January death of Trent Bartle Thomas during a party at a home in the 8100 block of Puerto Chico Avenue.
Certainly those who knew this young man are very distraught. We know that he had been in and out of some foster care throughout his early life, but we've seen a tremendous amount of support since his death.
Police say Bell and at least one other suspect had barged into the home demanding some money and possibly drugs. Thomas tried to stop the suspects. A fight would then break out, and that's when Thomas was shot and killed. Anthony Kalea and his family live near the home where this murder happened. They had just moved into the neighborhood a few months before the shooting. He and other neighbors are in shock that this happened in their neighborhood.
Just worrisome. I didn't expect this to happen really this quickly.
Police have checked Bell's home and they haven't had any luck tracking him down. The U.S. Marshals is now offering a $1,000 reward to anyone who has information that leads to his arrest.
We do think that people have more information in this case, so we hope that they come forward. You know, it always ends up coming out.
And if you do have any more information regarding this murder, you're being asked to contact authorities immediately. Reporting live from Northport this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Okay, Rick, thank you. A senior community is dealing with a flooding problem despite no rainfall. Swifton Villas residents say water has been leaking from a tank flooding portions of the complex 2 to 3 inches deep in some parts. One resident's home taking a hit with water flooding into her patio. Even a portion of the parking lot flooding, making it difficult for residents to get in and out of their cars.
And it's, you know, kind of dangerous for seniors to be walking through water.
Older folks have anxieties anyway, and so they see something like this and they start to worry. Really, this shouldn't happen.
The county says it was a mechanical failure that took place while these tanks were being serviced. They are now telling us that that problem has been fixed, so water should start to recede. Well, this week is National Weather Service and local agencies are hoping people get ahead of the game as hurricane season approaches. Each day this week, the agency is focusing on what you can do to prepare and get ready. Today, the focus of National Hurricane Preparedness Week is flood insurance. If you haven't already bought a policy, now would be a good time. Besides that, you should also make sure that you have coverage to protect your home and your car. This week, the Weather Service is offering tips on evacuation plans, how to protect and strengthen your home, and putting together a disaster kit.
We believe everybody should be prepared for a minimum of 72 hours. So you have a 3-day kit of supplies to last you for after the storm. It's better to have at least a week. We know we lost power in some cases for up to 11 days. So people need to put together a supply kit.
Well, your kit should have water, food, medicine, and cash. McCrane says you want to have enough to last you a few days after the storm in case that power does go out. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. And Bob, we saw with Hurricane Irma that power going out, and it could last more than just a few days.
Yeah, it can go for weeks, sometimes months. We saw that with Hurricane Andrew in 1992 south of Miami. Folks were without power for over a month in some cases. Now, what we're looking at, high pressure dominating our weather right now. It's located pretty much over northeastern Gulf of Mexico, and this high pressure ridge is going to slowly meander across the state on Thursday and Friday and eventually position itself to the east of Florida, which will bring us more of a southeasterly component, which will bring the humidity back up and also moisture content from the south here. With that wind rotating around in the southeasterly direction, we will start to see Temperatures rising above average tomorrow and Friday, but then a little bit below that due to that increased moisture on Saturday and Sunday. But we will stay dry, looks like, through Friday as far as that goes. Now, current conditions, we have generally fair skies, still pretty warm out there, 77 degrees, and the humidity has been nice, 56%. Just stepped outdoors. It is really nice out there. A bit breezy, 14 miles an hour out of the east now, and the pressure 29.96. That has been holding steady. And as far as our forecast goes, we're taking you through time. Sunday now appears to be the best chance for rainfall moving into the west coast of Florida. We'll have a look at that and get the specifics of the timing for showers and storms. And we'll also take a look at the tropics coming up in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, we'll talk to you then. Thanks, Bob. Law enforcement are on standby after an all-day search for a boy inside a retention pond in Orlando where they think a gator might have dragged him under. Crews have been using sonar devices for hours trying to find a person who reportedly disappeared underwater just before noon today. Somebody called 911 this afternoon saying they saw a teenage boy being dragged underwater.
We did not witness anyone in the water, but we have a witness, very credible witness, who said he saw someone flailing about in the water and at some point making a statement saying, "It bit me."
Police canvassed the neighborhood and nobody has reported any young boys missing, but they did find some articles of clothing near the pond. And during the search, they did see a 6-foot gator in that pond. After years of fighting, a Sarasota attorney drops a discrimination lawsuit against Disney. Sarah Blackwell has been representing 30 of the 250 IT employees laid off by Disney back in 2015. According to those employees, they were forced to train their replacements from India or lose their severance package. Today, 3 of those former Disney employees stood next to Blackwell as she announced that she was dropping the case. Blackwell says what Disney did is illegal because of a loophole in American law.
This is not just a loss for Disney workers. It is a loss for the millions of American workers who have been and are now suffering from this terrible business model.
Blackwell says she still plans to fight for American workers' rights because what Disney did to its employees is happening all across the nation. Governor Rick Scott in North Venice today promoting his campaign for U.S. Senate. The governor visited PGT Innovations, a business that builds high-performance windows and doors. It's also Sarasota County's biggest employer. Governor Scott highlighting his second proposal of his Make Washington Work plan. That proposal that is now being pushed would require a supermajority vote of 2/3 of each House of Congress to approve any tax or fee increase before it can become law.
People are very interested in getting somebody new that has new ideas that's going to clearly focus on Florida. So it's been a lot of fun. We're working to get our message out. That this is now we're going to have somebody in Washington that's going to represent all of us.
Governor Scott also talked about his first proposal a month ago when he announced his run for U.S. Senate. That proposal is to implement term limits for members of Congress. And House Speaker Richard Corcoran pulling out of the Republican primary race for governor and instead endorsing Adam Putnam. Corcoran says he reevaluated his long speculated bid to succeed Governor Rick Scott, but ultimately decided against running.
That 2018 is going to be a crucial election. I think it's important that we rally around and figure out who's the best person to lead the state.
Corcoran feels Putnam is the GOP's best chance to keep the governor's mansion in Republican control, where it has been for nearly 20 years. More cases of E. coli have been linked to contaminated romaine lettuce, and some of those cases have now been found here in the Sunshine State. Health officials say 28 new cases have been reported in Florida, Minnesota, North Dakota, and Texas. The CDC says the total number of cases is now at 149. More than 60 people in 29 states have been hospitalized. 17 of those have developed kidney failure. The University of Florida is changing how it holds its graduation ceremony. This after the scandal that happened over the past weekend when several students were literally pushed on stage. President Kent Fox took to social media to apologize and yesterday released a letter to students and alumni saying in part, we need to find a balance between efficiency and celebration. A judge's ruling could bring another hospital to South Sarasota County. Sarasota Memorial Hospital and Venice Regional have both asked the Agency for Healthcare Administration for approval to build new hospitals in Venice. However, the hospitals aren't very far from each other. SMH would like to build on Laurel Road and Venice Regional at Jacaranda and Venice Avenue. After a legal battle, the hospitals both received approval, and the CEOs both say they welcome the competition.
I think it will raise the quality of care in the community by having competition. We have people that choose us. We have people that choose Sarasota Memorial now.
I have no problem with them having a hospital down an exit away. I welcome it because I think that makes everyone just that much better.
There's one more round of approvals needed until the hospitals can officially start building. Well, 2 huge murals will soon be painted in downtown Sarasota. The city's Public Art Committee approving that project today. They'll be painted on the outside of the Bold Lofts on 2nd Street. That building is currently under construction, and the developer wants a Ringling College student to paint the statue of David on one side and the Victory statue on the other. Law enforcement is using new technology to fight back against gas skimmers. It's a new technology created at the University of Florida, and it caught the attention of the largest police force in the U.S. Skim Reaper, as they call it, is being tested by the New York Police Department. It's built to detect credit and debit card skimmers that crooks put on gas pumps.
I have like 4 detectives who do the ATM skimming full time. When I could take someone who's untrained or who has some more free time to go out and do these inspections, it's certainly a help.
Detectives say they are conducting further field tests before considering a mass purchase of the Skim Reaper. Well, we're working to end hunger here on the Suncoast, and you can help. This Saturday, the National Association of Letter Carriers is holding its annual Stamp Out Hunger food drive. It's the country's largest single-day food drive, giving you an easy way to donate to your next-door neighbors in need. This Saturday, May 12th, just leave non-perishable food in bags that you want to donate next to your mailbox and make sure that it is out well before your mail carrier's normal pickup time. For more information on that drive and a list of additional drop-off locations, head over to our website at mysuncoast.com. Well, fire danger remains high, but Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan says some relief is coming this weekend. Plus, this looks like a recipe for disaster. We'll show you how this road became a chocolate river. I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5.
Well, nice day overall, Bob, but you said we have some changes in store.
Yeah, it's not going to be a first alert weather day. It doesn't look like right now, but we will see some showers and maybe a few isolated thunderstorms on Mother's Day. Unfortunately, we are going to see a pretty good chance of that rain. I want to show you this. So this is a pretty incredible. Get a look. This is our tower cam capturing the sunset tonight. I know I said at 4:30, 5 o'clock that we're going to have a great sunset because some high clouds were moving in just at the right time, and that causes for some nice colors. And get a look at that. I stopped it right there. Just around 8:20 or so, and boy, a nice, very nice shot. Those are cirrus clouds, and so they really light up. And get a look at these pictures too. I couldn't show all of them. We've got about 25 of them that came in, but this from the Van Wezel. They're looking over Sarasota Bay. Rita getting that spectacular shot, and then Siesta Key, Jeff Weber. You wanted to make sure he had his picture there, and sure enough, it was a nice shot. And Lydia also getting this. I'm not sure exactly where that is, but it was still on the west coast of Florida. And this one I saved for last because it's so nice. Fred Seeger getting one heck of a shot right there. I always like it when clouds are around because it does offer some really good, again, photo opportunities. Well, here's the air quality index. Good news is that we didn't get as much northwest wind. The sea breeze took its time kicking in, and so we didn't get this high ozone problem. Again, the ozone 74. Yesterday was 97, so it was kind of dangerous, but things are looking a little better again. There could still be a problem tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on it for you. As far as the problem goes, very high fire danger exists for Manatee, Sarasota, and Charlotte counties tomorrow. That's due to the relative humidity being low. Also kind of breezy conditions. It looks as though we will see that continue on Friday as things will remain dry. There's a slight chance for an isolated shower late in the day. And as far as the weekend is concerned, looks like a slight chance for showers on Saturday now. So we're going to push everything back a little bit on into Sunday. And then rain for Mom's Day. Unfortunately, it looks like it could be kind of cloudy too, as an area of low pressure will try to develop in the East Gulf of Mexico. And this one is not going to be all that strong, though, in terms of wind, but it will produce a lot of clouds, I think, and a good chance for some showers and a few isolated thunderstorms. Well, the trough is leaving. There it is, all the dry air going away with it, but there's still some dry air behind it. There's still some there that will shift in on Thursday and Friday, so it'll keep us dry and rain-free here along the Sun Coast. Lots of rain lately down to our south into Cuba, and that's what we're kind of in store for. This whole system is going to shift northward on Saturday and then eventually be in place on Sunday and stick around through Monday. Temperatures currently in the 70s here, a little bit warmer near the coast due to that water temperature being so warm. 76 in Venice, 77 in Bradenton, 76 in Inglewood, the Gulf temperature 77, but in the low 70s in places like Sebring, Avon Park, and Lake Placid. Current conditions at the airport now, we have 77 degrees. And the relative humidity at 56%, east winds are at 14, and this from Norm Schimmel, that picture right there. 91 degrees, the high today, close to a record of 94, and the average 85. Here's the GFS forecast showing you what's going to happen this weekend. Saturday looks kind of cloudy, maybe a few showers late in the day, but then better chances for rain come on Sunday, and this kind of continues as this area of low pressure develops here in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, right over Florida for that matter. As I said, it's not going to be a very intense low pressure area, but it will cause some problems. I want to show you this. This is a GFS model, long range. This is way down the road. This is not this Sunday. This is next Sunday. Again, over 10 days away, but it does show, and it has been showing for the last 3 runs, a low pressure area developing right there, again, south of Jamaica. And this, if you look at it, high winds, maybe a tropical storm. I wanted to show you this. This is sometimes a model that spins things up that don't materialize. So you'll see a lot of this on the internet in the upcoming days, so keep an eye on that. I don't think we have to worry about anything quite yet, but it bears watching, right? For boaters, east winds turn to the north at 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet with a light chop in the bays and inland waters. Here's the 7-day. So pretty good, pretty dry through Friday, and a slight chance for showers on Saturday. Mother's Day looks for a lot of clouds around, a good chance for scattered showers and some storms, mainly in the afternoon, but we can still see some morning action. Monday it lingers, and have to keep an eye on these 2 days. If that low pressure does stay around a little longer, those rain chances will be bumping up a little bit as we head into the early part of the work week next week. Jacqueline?
All right, thanks, Bob. 3 Americans detained in North Korea are back on U.S. soil tonight. The plane carrying the men stopped in Anchorage, Alaska today before continuing on to the East Coast. ABC's Tara Palmieri joins us now with their plans for their first days back in the U.S.
Tonight, the president standing by, awaiting the arrival of 3 American hostages.
It represents something. It represents something very important to this country.
After spending years in a North Korean prison enduring hard labor, the 3 men are on their way home. They're expected to land at Andrews Air Force Base in the early hours of the morning with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. President Trump tweeting, "I will be there to greet them. Very exciting."
And I appreciate Kim Jong-un doing this.
Pompeo had been in North Korea meeting with officials to lay the groundwork for the president's upcoming summit with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. The status of the hostages was considered an obstacle ahead of the upcoming summit. From the cabinet room, the president said the location for the meeting is set and will be announced in 3 days.
Will it be the DMZ?
It will not be there. No.
The president has remained cautiously optimistic about denuclearizing the Korean peninsula and bringing lasting peace.
Everything can be scuttled. Doesn't mean a lot of things can happen. A lot of good things can happen. A lot of bad things can happen.
And surprisingly, admitting that he's not ready to take a victory lap, saying he would rather have a successful mission than a Nobel Peace Prize.
The prize I want is victory for the world.
The release of the hostages has been teased since last week when the president's attorney Rudy Giuliani said the hostages were already released. At the time, the White House couldn't confirm it. Tara Palmieri, ABC News, Washington.
Tonight, Israel is accusing Iranian forces of firing more than 20 rockets from Syria. An official with the Israeli Defense Forces says some of those rockets were intercepted by an aerial defense system. The official also said there were no casualties and limited damage. Separately, Syrian military sources said Syrian air defenses intercepted, quote, hostile Israeli missiles. Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
I got a really good feeling about this.
So do we, because Kimmel's new tonight. From Solo, a Star Wars story, Alden Ehrenreich's here to tell all. In Wookiee, plus the hilarious Ben Falcone.
Have fun.
And 2 Chainz featuring YG. Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small, so Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a director of newscasts and studio productions. Newscast directing experience required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply. Now, sports.
The Tampa Bay Rays lead the major leagues in losses by 1 run. The Braves beating the Rays last night 1-0. Tonight, the Braves jump out in front early, courtesy of an Ender Inciarte RBI single straight up the middle. Braves' Nick Markakis blows the game open with a 3-run homer to right center field. The Rays try to get a rally going as they cut the deficit down to just 3 runs with a 2 RBI single by Wilson Ramos. The Braves close the door on the Rays as Denard Span grounds out for the final out of that game. The Boston Celtics trying to wrap up their playoff series with the Sixers tonight. 76ers down 8 during the second quarter. Joel Embiid knocks down the step-back jumper. The Celtics lead 61-52 at the half, and keeping that lead to the very end, beating the 76ers 112-114. The Celtics will now face the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, it won't win the race, but this new robot will keep fans safe at the upcoming Indy 500. The robot, named Rossi, features a camera to help keep an eye on things and is programmed to run on its own. It will be used for security at the main entrance of the Speedway. The 102nd running of the Indy 500 is set for Sunday, May 27th, right here on ABC7. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, you may be familiar with chocolate-covered strawberries, maybe chocolate-covered pretzels, but how about a chocolate-covered highway? Well, that's what a town in Poland experienced today when a truck carrying 12 tons of liquid milk chocolate hit a barrier and then tipped over. The spread was anything but decadent. It caused a huge traffic jam, and the cleanup was quite time-consuming. The chocolate was reportedly more difficult to remove than oil. Hot pressured water helped, turning it into a less appetizing version of hot chocolate. But fortunately, there were no serious injuries. Again, like I said a few minutes ago to you, I would be getting a bucket and chocolate that was coming out of the truck.
Yeah, coming out of the truck. Yeah, not on the road there, but can you imagine telling someone I got in an accident because I slipped on chocolate that was on the highway? Yeah, it's amazing. Now we're looking at gorgeous weather tomorrow. Once again, a beautiful day in store, and meteorologist John Scalzi will have more on the updated forecast model for our possibly wet weekend, especially on Sunday, not so much on Saturday.
Okay, all right, thanks, Bob. And thank you all for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a good one.